Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today I'm interviewing Aaron about previews. What that is, I will tell you in a moment. So first of all, what are insider previews and who am I talking to? Insider previews is something that you will be able to do in the near future and get access to stuff that is not released yet. So very exciting. And today I'm talking with Aaron Schaarschmidt. Hi, Aaron.
Hi.
So you are product manager innovation, which sounds really nice. What are you doing at Shopware?
What am I doing? We recently had a little restructuring at Shopware, and we built a new lane, as we call it, which is basically a team where we, let's say, do a lot of experimenting, trying out new stuff, fancy stuff like AI, 3D, augmented reality, and so on and so on. And innovation lane means basically we have quite some freedom to experiment, to find out what sticks actually. So what resonates with you as merchants, as developers, and so on, with our customers, and see how we take a little glimpse into the future, so to say.
You are head of the mad scientists at Shopware. Okay,
so to say, yeah.
That's something I can work with. So we are talking about insider previews today, and we already had a preliminary meeting. That's a difficult word. Anyway, so and what you told me about this sounded a bit like we are creating a UI for feature flags, in case somebody out there knows what a feature flag is. Can you describe real quick what insider previews will be, because they're not implemented yet?
Yes, sure. First of all, despite that introduction with innovation, I want to highlight that it's not only about innovation and innovative topics, but they will play a role there definitely. But that it's, let's say, a new tool which will be also part of our usual feature development process. And in short, actually, it's as you said, an UI that is available where we, through this UI, so to say, deliver features. And there are two flags. We call the one flag blueprint and the other flag beta. And as you can imagine, beta is pretty much as what you would expect from a beta phase. So features mostly from our normal development cycle, where we want to gather the last feedback before the general release and finish the last things on it. And blueprints, on the other hand, is more for let's say a little bit more visionary features, so that give a little bit more glimpse into the future, that might be not have their full capabilities when we release them as a blueprint, but where we want to gather early feedback, of course, and see how those feature ideas resonate and what merchants or developers will do with it, and gather feedback on it.
Okay, so you're more the head of the mad but responsible scientists, just covering first part, and everything that is released through the Insider Preview program. Can I call it the Insider Preview program?
Yeah, a program is quite appropriate, because it's not only, it's an UI tooling on the one hand, but we will also build some kind of website first, I guess, in the documentation, where we also write about the features that are available in a beta or blueprint phase.
Okay, but these features that are available through the Insider Preview program are stable. They are what they are, so there might be things
absolutely
missing.
Yeah.
Okay, but we want to have feedback on them. Okay,
right.
Now this sounds quite abstract. Maybe we can get into more details. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is something that comes with a 6.6 version?
Yes.
Yes, but
Currently, we build it for 6.6, but it might be that we will transport it also back to 6.5 and make it available there, but that's not yet decided. So,
okay.
but for 6.6, this will definitely come, yeah.
Okay. And so I, as a merchant, as an agency or whatever, I install that version and then I open the admin and there is a new whatever and it says, hey, do you want to use this feature? We will look at this in a moment because you brought screenshots, which is nice. But what do I have to do to participate other than installing a certain software version?
Um, First of all, you have to agree to the data sharing, which is basically that we gather anonymized data from that installation, and with that, of course, we also get feedback or can see how which feature is used and how those features are used, right? And how extensive and so on and so on. And that is basically what it's all about, right? So we want to get to know more about our users, about our merchant, about the stores, how they use Shopware, which features are used, how extensive these features are used, so we can better build in the future the right features, right? So, yeah.
So I install my Shopware. I acknowledge that my data is anonymized, aggregated, and used for feedback. And then in the UI, I can also give direct feedback. Can you show us how this looks?
We will update a little bit that little help bubble up here on the in the top right corner. Until now, there was some kind of drop down that appeared, and in the future, it will be a sidebar that pops up.
So first I have to click on the help bubble.
Right,
Okay.
correct. And then the sidebar pops up. And there you have what you already have now in that help bubble, right? Like a link to the documentation and so on. But there is also the link to the insider previews UI. And then you can click on that UI and a modal opens up. And in that modal, you see every feature that is available for your plan that you have, right? So it's also available for community edition. So it's nothing only for commercial customers. Everyone can use it. But of course, if you only use the community edition, you won't get the possibility to test or try out features that are for the Evolve plan or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then you have that overview here and get a little description of the feature. And that description can also contain a link to our feedback portal, feedback.shopware.com, if you don't know it yet, where you can register yourself with a Shopware account ID. And then you can basically enable or disable those feature UIs from those features. And you have two flags, as mentioned before, right? You have a blueprint or the beta flag. That's basically it.
Thank you. And somewhere in the middle, you have to acknowledge this data stuff. Okay.
Right. If you haven't done it already, because it's not a topic only for this, but it's a general topic, right?
Okay. So let's put this together a little bit. So these features that you are presenting to the user here are stable. When they are better, we know we will release it, and we are just tweaking it depending on the usage and the user feedback. So these features will come as they are, basically, and might change because people want them to change, but not because we want them to change.
Let me quickly jump in there because you already mentioned they are stable, and that's what I really want to highlight, because that is really not something where we deliver like let's say half-baked features or something, right? Everything that is released there undergoes our default guidelines in terms of testing and so on and so on. So it's nothing that is half built or full of bugs or something like that. It's a product of our usual development cycle and undergo every testing and so on.
The better things are basically the question: do you want it that way?
Actually, yeah, that's what it's about. And for the blueprints, it's more like
do you want it at all?
Right. It's a little bit more a glimpse into the future. So thinking of some 3D features, for example, and we wanted to see how you as merchants or developers get along with these features, and what are your ideas, and do they stick to you or
So these blueprint features are more likely to maybe not get through, so they might not be released. We hope it because we did our market research, but it could be that the feedback is no, we don't use it, or our customers don't like it.
Right.
But the betas are more or less forging this together with the community. Right. Okay, so the whole process that we just discussed is also described in the documentation, or will be when it is released.
Will be, right. Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that. And one thing again, just to highlight this, the community edition will get this. And as the community edition is just the basis for the commercial plans, of course, the commercial plans will also get this, but with the addition of features that are targeted at these plans. And if you want to test out a feature that is in a certain, or that is planned for a certain plan, that's a lot of planning, then you need a license for that plan to test the preview. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
That was a lot of words. So we start with this in 2024, which accidentally is this year. And the 6.6 release candidate is almost out of the door. It will come with a release of 6.6, I assume?
I hope so, yes.
Okay.
If everything works out. Otherwise, it would be like the first minor afterwards, but yeah.
Okay. So at the earliest, it's 6.6.0, maybe backported to 6.5, no promises.
Absolutely. Correct.
Okay, and the target group for this is basically merchants who want to put this in their live shop and see how it works, how it benefits them. Okay.
That would be the optimal case. Of course, it's also fine to test it in the staging, right? To use it there, also no problem. But especially if you think of features that are also shopper facing, right? It doesn't make sense in a staging, because then you don't get the feedback from your shoppers, from your customers, if they think that's a good thing for them. Think of 3D visualization or augmented reality or something, right? You want feedback also from your shoppers, and we want that feedback too, right? So
yeah, also, I mean, Shopware has the capabilities like the channels where you can quickly spin up a version of your shop where this is enabled for, I don't know, for a certain event or for honeymoons. No, not honeymoons. What it's called? Holidays. Something like that. So yeah, there are a lot of possibilities, and I trust the community to come up with ideas. If you now think out there that, well, this sounds like something I really don't want to do, then the good news is you don't have to. And as you saw with the screen sharing from Aaron, it is not an in-your-face feature, but something that the people who want to participate, and I hope, and you hope, Aaron, as well, that there will be many people, but those are welcome to try it out. If you don't want, don't bother. But if it sounds interesting, we will be happy to have you on board. Aaron, any last words? Because my questions are all answered.
Perfect. That was faster than expected. Right. Great.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very, very nice defined feature that we are planning there, I think.
Thanks. Yeah, I definitely hope that many of you will participate, because I think on the one hand, it's a great chance for you to profit from features that others that don't participate don't have yet, right? So you can, like, let's say even months before others use those hopefully quite fancy and really helpful features. So
and help shape them. That's the important thing.
Exactly. That's the main topic for us, right? To get feedback, to know what you want and what is important to you, and how you imagine the future of Shopware actually, and get you involved in shaping the future of Shopware.
Great. Then thank you for being here, Aaron.
Thanks for the interview.
And everyone out there, I hope you are excited and watch out for the 6.6X and see you in the next video. Take care.